Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing for you the two new television that I got this Christmas, which is the Samsung 40-inch, the UE40D5520, 1080p obviously, LED backlight, 100Hz, Ethernet, 3 HDMIs. I'll take you around the back to begin with. Okay, so down the back here, I've got all sorts of connections. I've got LAN, I've got external. This is the SCART. It comes provided with this SCART to strange RGB connection thing. Aerial in, there's a PC in, there's loads of HDMIs up the side here. There's this strange adapter for component, which I've got my Xbox plugged into at the moment, which is kind of a two-pronged, kind of look like headphone connectors. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. If you know, leave me a comment. We've got digital optical audio out, USB, two USB ports, one up there, one down there. Further down there, there's the power. Around the front, very simple design. Not touch sensitive buttons down here in the bottom right. The power button, we've got up and down for volume, got up and down for channels, up and down for volume, the menu button, and of course the source button to choose what source you're going from. Right then, now I've got the lights off, let's turn this thing on and I'll give you a rundown of all the menus and that kind of thing. Takes a little while to boot up. Gives you the flash screen.
Convinced that they will have underpaid.
Give you a mute on that. So this is more for, let me just go on to one which I've got mapped to BBC One HD. Cool, that's another thing I forgot to mention. This has got freeview HD in it, so you can get BBC One in HD, ITV in HD, Channel 4 in HD, and a BBC HD channel, which shows other things off the BBC depending on what they feel like. That's a bit more zoomed in. So this is the guide. You get to it just by pressing the guide button on the remote. I'll show you the remote in a second. Very simple guide. You've got the channels at the bottom, picture of the channel you're viewing at the moment in the top left, little description, including if it's got subtitles, available in HD, all that kind of thing. Just really simple to scroll down the menu. You've got 7-day guide on here. You can use the schedule manager, all sorts of things for recording. If you have a USB hard drive plugged in, you can, just like Sky Plus, you can go to a show, say Antiques Roadshow, and press the record button. And I haven't got it plugged in at the moment, but it would record it just like Sky Plus does. You can also use that for time shifting and things when you're watching programs you want to pause them. Back to the Future, awesome. Can't beat a bit of Back to the Future. Okay, we go to the Smart Hub. If I press the Smart button, the Smart Hub loads up. Now the first time you load the Smart Hub it takes probably about 10 seconds to load, whereas that was instant because I've done it before. Here you can see the this is the home page for all the smart things that Samsung have preloaded on the television. Here you can go on Love Film, BBC iPlayer, Facebook, YouTube, all sorts of things I've not heard of. Music, this is for if you've got a USB device plugged in or it's networked. I'll show you that in a second. If we go to iPlayer for example, go on that, connecting, loads up after a few seconds. We're on iPlayer. Now this is the kind of the telly version that they've made for it. It's really quite slow, but see how slow this is scrolling. Ooh, don't know if that's because I've got a slow connection or if it's just that's the way the television is, but you can access all of the last 7 days of television on the BBC just by using this, which is really handy. If I exit out of that, it'll come all the way out, which is handy. Let me just press Smart again. Okay. I could have done return, I think, there to go back to the menu. Facebook, YouTube. YouTube's quite a good one. You can watch all my YouTube videos here on your television if you have one of these. I'll just go into that. Connecting. A few seconds later, and we're into YouTube. So you've got all the most rated, top rated videos, rising videos, most discussed videos. If I stop moving it'll probably load them onto the screen. I have quite a slow connection, so that's why it's taking a little long. Oh, Minecraft, what a change. So you can do searches easily on there, which is really good. and if they're available in HD, you can stream them in HD. Return out of that, and once again back into the Smart Hub. Love Film, I've not tried it because I'm not a subscriber. I have my MyBook World, which you would have seen in a previous video, networked in, and obviously this is connected to the network. So if I go on videos, I can, just like the TV, WDTV device, you can sorry, I think the focus is going in and out a bit there. If I go to this thing here which selects the source, I can select my MyBook World, and it will load, and it will show you all the videos I have, all the photos I have, and I can play them all on here just like I could on the WDTV, which kind of renders that useless now, but I'll keep it just in case there's any formats and stuff this Samsung Smart TV can't play. If I go back to the Smart Hub, you can do the same for pictures and music, and there are apps you can get. You can go on the App Store kind of thing, which is quite funky. Anyway, here we go, Samsung apps. Sorry about the flickering, my camera's slightly dodgy at the moment. I might have to get a new one. That would be a good excuse for an unboxing. So there's loads of apps available on here. They're all loading nicely. Loads of games, sports, news, printers, lifestyle apps. If you had a very quick internet connection, this would be a lot better. Where I live in the sticks and don't have anything such. There's Webcaster, Twitter, Google Talk. There's even a copy of the Bible down there, which is really handy. Most downloaded, just like iTunes, where you can see the top 25 or whatever apps. I mean, obviously there's not as many on here. You can link your credit card data. I think like 90% of them are free, the apps on here. But anyway, let's go back to the TV itself. Nice bit of Back to the Future. If we go into the menu system, you'll see there's loads of options for altering the brightness, the backlight, the contrast, sharpness, really in detail stuff there. If I return sound, lots of people think that the sound needs adjusting when you first get it. I find it's okay. There's loads and loads of settings in there, I won't go into that. Channels, it's all about manual tuning. Networks, that's for your internet and all that jazz. System, all the eco modes and picture-in-picture and security, you can put a password on it. An e-manual, very good. Turn out of that, press Tools. Tools is quite cool. It's got sleep timer, energy saving, audio language. You can change the audio language if that's supported in your area. Not entirely sure what Anytime AnyNet Plus is, but we can probably find out with a few Google searches. So, one thing that I was slightly annoyed about was when I tuned it in, the HD channels were kind of right at the bottom of the list. So, channel 50, 51, 52. I had to export the channel list to a USB disk, change it around on my computer using a program from the Samsung website, and re-import it so that BBC One HD and ITV1 HD and Channel 4 HD were in 1, 3 and 4 like you would hope they would be. Otherwise I think I'd never end up watching the HD channels. I'd always be watching the standard ones because I'd just forget that they were there. So this way I'm always watching the HD ones, which is really good. Here we have the remote control. It's a really slick remote control actually. The buttons are really nice to press and really sort of, you can really feel that you're pressing them. They're really responsive, kind of a really good click to them. So at the top you've got the power button, the source for changing your source, HDMI, which is another source version of source. Got your text, previous channel, volumes up and down, smart here for your Smart Hub, menu for your settings, channel list, that's kind of like the guide but a lower version of it, info, tools is for editing, like tools is for things like sleep timer and that kind of thing, return, exit. Picture mode is for like widescreen or square, can't get it to focus. There we go, there's the focus, beautiful. E-manual is a button dedicated to going to a manual which is on the screen, which is quite clever. Obviously you know what these are all about. Pressing the record button on the guide will record whatever you've got selected to a USB hard drive that you've got plugged in. So that's the remote. Really snazzy remote, and really feels really good in your hand. It feels well made. So if you have been, thank you for watching guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe, so click the yellow button up here and you'll be able to see my latest videos. Thanks a lot guys.